Hello, welcome to episode 306. We're going to be making a translocator so it works multiplayer. Yeah, this was a request by Jongmin. So I had a go, and this is what I've come up with. So I can put down my marker. There's mine. And then Minion, you're going to come out, put down your marker. Cool. Now I can run away, and I'm not going to be affecting Minion's marker. I can teleport to mine. Nice. Okay, and I can run away and get rid of mine. Oh, let's do Minion can teleport as well. There we go. Minion, run away and get rid of yours. There we go. And Minion, I can hear his error message. We can't see the message because it only plays to him. It is coming up on the other screen though. There we go. He's trying to teleport, but he can't. Now I can run away, and mine disappears, and I can't teleport. There we go. And I've given them different colours. You don't have to do that. I just did because there's a bit of a laugh, but you do need one command block for each different colour you want, so not really the best of ideas. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get on and make it now. Okay, so let's try and do this a little bit quicker, because we've done this before. We're just changing it to multiplayer. So if you do want to see a version for single player where I explain the commands a bit more, you can watch episode 304, Translocator on a Stick, I think I called it. Anyway, let's get on with the setup. And we're going to have scoreboard, objectives, add, used, coas, used, carrot on a stick, chuckling at my spelling mistake there. There we go, that seems fine. Yeah, let's get another one. This would be the scoreboard, objectives, add, is sneaking, and this is a custom, I always forget, custom sneak time. Custom sneak time. Done. And we're going to need an extra one because if we're going to be linking the markers to the players, we're going to need to give them IDs. So we're going to have a scoreboard, objectives, add, ID, and it's going to be a dummy. Done. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a controller that's going to assign an ID to everyone that joins the map. So that will be including you, because you're making the map. So you'll be ID number 1, and providing no one else joins until you release the map. From then on, it'll be 2, 3, 4. So everyone's going to have their own unique ID. So assign ID. Done. And we can do this with one command. We can do execute as all players unless score for that player ID equals that player's ID. So if they don't have a score, if it's null, it won't equal. If they have anything else, 0, 1, anything you like, it will equal, and this won't run. And we're going to store the result as a score in this player. So they don't have a score. We're going to store them a new ID, and the result will be of this next command: scoreboard, I'm going to check that in a minute. Players. Okay, we haven't told them to save it into the ID. Save it in the ID. There we go. Scoreboard, players, add, and we need a fake player. Let's call them ID holder. That's the fake player name. ID 1. So when a player joins, they don't have a score. We add 1 to the ID holder, and then we assign that 1 to the player. Okay. That's repeating. Let's turn it on. I will now have an ID. Scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, ID 1. So I'm 1. If someone else joins, and they're going to, because we obviously need someone else because this is multiplayer. In fact, maybe we should do that now. Let's open to LAN, creative, on, start LAN world. What are we on there? 496.02. Okay, 496. 602. Are you going to join? There we go. We've got a little test subject. Cool. And now you'll see that they've got the ID too. Perfect. That's working. Let's clear that sidebar. Right. Let's give the item. Give. I'm not going to bother typing translocator. We will give at all players. Carrot. I forgot what it was called. Carrot on a stick. In episode 304, we give this a name and things like that, I think. We might not do. I'm not going to in this one because probably most of you know how to do that. Translocator. True. Okay, there's our item. Now we are going to make two controllers. So we do the controller main. Let's do the controller main. This will be the long one. Okay, controller main. Done. Okay. Execute as all players. Scores equals used their carrot on a stick equals 1 or higher, and also their score is sneaking equals 1 or higher. If both of those pass, we'd check the MBT to make sure the selected item has a tag, and the tag we'll be looking for is translocator true, because that's what we gave to it. And if all that is true, we will run tag that player, add placing marker. Done. So I'm clicking with my carrot on a stick, I'm shifting, and I'm holding the carrot and stick, and I get tagged. Next. Execute as any entity. Right, we want to kill the old markers. Type equals marker. Tag equals marker teleport. If the score of that marker ID equals all players, tag equals placing marker, limit equals 1, ID, run, kill, and S. So, if the person who's got the tag placing marker has the same score as an existing marker, we kill the existing marker. Execute as, no, just at will do actually, at any player whose tag equals placing marker, run, summon, marker at those coordinates, and we'll give it a tag, tags, marker, teleport. Okay, done. Now we better give that a score. Execute at all players, tag equals placing marker as any entity, type equals marker, tag equals marker teleport, sort equals nearest, limit equals 1. So we're looking at the player who's got the tag placing marker. We're going to the closest marker teleport, and we're going to run scoreboard players set, actually no, players operation at S ID equals at all players, tag equals placing marker, sort equals nearest, limit equals 1. ID. So we're copying the player's ID to the marker. So the marker now has the same ID as me. Let's play a sound. Execute as all players, tag equals placing marker at S. In fact, we don't really need to run it as the player. We could just say at S. Play sound. Oopsies. Run. Play sound. I used my go-to block amethyst block dot chime will do. We'll play it on the master channel. We'll play it for all. We'll play it for the player who's placing the marker at the same coordinates. Full volume, normal pitch, 0. So it gets quieter as you walk away. We're playing a sound, and we will remove tag all players. Remove placing marker. I am no longer placing a marker. Okay, done. Right, so that's a good start. Let's now add on to the end. Let's reset. So scoreboard, players, reset for all players, use carrot on a stick, and we'll reset their sneaking as well. Scoreboard, players, reset for all players is sneaking. Done. Right, so this bit should work for us placing a marker. Now we're not going to be able to tell, so let's make another controller. What should we call it? Just call it extra. And in here, I am going to put execute at any entity, tag equals marker teleport. Yeah, that'll do. Run particle. What particle? I will do dust color transition. So we need a starting color. Well, my colors are sort of purple and black, so I'm going to do 1 for red, full red, no green, full blue, the size of 1, and black would be 0 red, 0 green, 0 blue. Yeah, at the coordinates. How big do I want it? 0.2, 0.05, I'll have it rather flat, 0.2. Do we want any speed? No. And particle count of 5, and we'll force it. We don't need to because we're never going to be very far away from it, but we'll force it anyway. Done. Turn that on. Right, let's... Ooh, we've got a little chime sound. There's my marker. Okay, and I can move around and place other markers. Let's have an experiment. Just check we've got this bit working first. Look, you have one of them. Look, this is an episode where you don't get killed. Isn't that nice? Okay, so if Minion tries to put down a marker, he's put one down. Mine is still there. That's cool. So I can put mine next to his. Yeah, mine. No problem. So we seem to have our own separate markers. That's a good start. Right. But now we need to teleport to them. So let's turn this off just so it doesn't interfere. Let's take these 2 resets off the end. 1, 2, and let's just pop them out of the way for now. Okay, so these are our resets. Yep. So that was shift middle mouse to copy them and take them off. And let's clear the inventory. Okay, now let's do the commands for teleporting. So it's going to be similar to the other one, except we're not going to be checking if they're sneaking. So execute as all players whose scores equals used carrot on a stick equals 1 or higher. So that's fine, but they mustn't be sneaking. So let's do unless entity at S, unless their scores equals is sneaking equals 1 or higher. So execute at them if they've used a character stick, unless they're sneaking, and run tag that player, add, and we'll say they're teleporting now. Done. Okay. Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tag to the marker they're going to teleport to. Yeah, let's do that. That's probably the best way. So execute. It's the only way I can think of. Execute as any entity tag equals marker teleport. So that's going to target mine and minions at S. If score, so now let's check the score at S ID equals all players who have the tag equals teleporting, limit equals 1 ID. So if it matches my ID, then we will run tag that marker, add target marker. So now I've got a target, and what we will do is we will execute as any player whose tag equals teleporting at any entity whose tag equals marker. Actually, no, we just say target marker this time. Target, let's spell that right or we'll have problems. Target marker. Yeah, that's fine. And I want to be rotated as the player, not as the marker. I don't want to change my orientation, so rotated as the person running the command. TP the person running the command. We've got a mistake, we'll change that in a minute, to those coordinates, pitch and yaw. Okay, what's our mistake? Probably just run. Now we've teleported to it. Let's remove its marker. Tag any entity whose tag equals target marker. Remove target marker, so it no longer has the tag. And let's play sound. So we've tagged it, teleported to it. Let's play a sound. Yep. Execute as all players tag equals teleporting at that player. Run play sound. Well, if you're teleporting, it's going to be chorus fruit or Enderman, isn't it? It does the chorus fruit. You might even use the Enderman's sound anyway. Enderman teleport. Yeah, we'll play it on the master channel. We'll play it to the person that's actually teleporting at the coordinates of them. Full volume, normal pitch, and 0 at the end. Okay, done. Now, I think what we're going to want to do is let's make that one conditional. That's only going to run if they've removed that marker. Cool, and that's only going to have a marker if it's been given a marker, so that should be alright, yeah. Right. Now we want to check if they don't have a marker. So this is running on this command block. If this is successful, this will run. Now we want to check if this isn't successful, so let's get the coordinates of that block. And we'll put another one here. And we'll execute if block at those coordinates is a chain command block and it has a success count of 0. It was not successful. Then we will run. We will try and run. We'll run tell raw all players whose tag equals teleporting, and we'll, in fact, if we're just doing one entry, we don't need the surrounding square brackets. Text. No destination found. No destination found. That'll do. And let's make it stand out. We'll give it a color. Red. Okay. So if this command block was unsuccessful, we will play them a message, and I think we'll play a sound. So if the message does play conditional, then this one will play execute as any player whose tag equals teleporting at that player, run play sound. I'm just going to use, I don't know, note block, which comes under block dot note block dot, I don't know, bass drum, spelt wrong, or bit is another one. I'll try bass drum. Bass drum on the master channel for the player that's teleporting, or for the player that's not teleporting, for the player that's getting the error message at their coordinates 1. I think I'm going to make this quite quiet though. I think these are quite loud. So 0.10. Obviously we can change that later. Okay, that is conditional. And then we better remove the tag saying we're teleporting. So tag all players, remove teleporting. Done. And then we'll get our resets. Boink, boink. Let's just pop these on the end. So we should reset the used carrot on a stick and reset the is sneaking. Get rid of them. Do the inventory. Okay, let me get myself another. Thank you. Right, so I should be able to now teleport to mine if we turn it on. Okay. I'm definitely going to mine. Doesn't matter who's closest. Okay, yeah, that definitely works. So let's put one down right next to. There we go. That seems pretty good. Okay, Minion, what about you? What happens if... Yeah. Cool. Nice. I can't hear Minion sounds. That's probably because we're playing at S. What we could do, or if we can find those sounds, placing marker. Okay, so this is a sound. Let's try that to all players. Oh, and we can try the error in a minute. So we've got to find a way to get rid of them as well. We'll add that to this extra control in a second. Let's just go through and where's the sound for this one? So this is the teleporting sound we're looking for. So it's probably a bit further on. Not there. There we go. Let's change that to all players as well. And then there'll be another one here. All players. Let's try that. Now, can we hear Minion teleporting now? If I could. Yeah, now we can hear Minion teleporting too. So we've got their sounds as well. What if they squish down and place one? Yeah, okay, that seems to work. Right. I don't want this thing to survive if I run away. I'm going to put a little limiter in it. If we get too far away from it, I'm going to kill it. And also, what we could do as well is we could change these particles here. Let's do, in here, execute at tag marker teleport. Let's do a score check as well. Scores equals, we could check the ID. ID equals 1. Okay, I'm going to keep that one, done. And then I'm going to copy that, paste it down, change it to chain always active. And I'm going to say ID equals 2. Now this is hard coding the colours, so you probably don't want to do this. Unless you know you're only going to have sort of 8 players, or they're supposed... Well, we're using RGB, so we can have a lot of different colours, but some are very similar. So if you've got 8 players, you could say ID2, ID3, and we can give each one a different colour. What colour can Minion have as their default colour? Maybe they like green. So we'll have nothing on the red, we'll have full on the green, and nothing on the blue. There we go. Now mine's purple and Minion's is green. That's nice. Now we know exactly who's going where. Okay. And obviously, as a catch-all, you could say 1 is purple and 2 and higher is green, just in case you've got 3 players and it doesn't light up their particles or their marker. Right, let's add a way to get rid of these if we walk too far away from them. So we could do execute as any entity tag equals marker teleport. Yeah, that's fine. At itself, which to be honest, I don't think we really need to do at s, because we're just going to kill it. Oh no, we want to check. I think we want to check a distance. Yeah, we want to check a distance, so we will do at s. So, at the marker, if the marker's score ID equals all players, distance equals, let's give it a distance of 11. So if it goes further than 10 blocks away, 10 or higher, ID, run, kill yourself. Now the problem here is we have to limit that to 1 player. But if I put here limit equals 1, it might not pick me. And I can't put closest player because I'm not closest. So a bit of a janky way around it is we could just say pick a random player. Now this is running, I suppose this is running 20 times a tick. So you're going to need quite a few players. There, it's gone. There we go. You're going to need quite a few players before it takes a long time to randomly pick me. So it's picking me or Minion randomly, and I'm the one with the score. So you can't even notice it. It goes straight away. It's executing that 20 times a second, so it works. There's mine. Minion can walk further away. Go away, Minion, a minute. That's it. Don't get rid of yours. But see, mine's still there. Gone. Now mine's gone. We can check our teleporting thing. Fingers crossed. Oh, ooh, funny boop sound. Oh, I'm not sure if I like that actually. Let's change that sound. Enderman teleport? No. Bass drum. We don't want bass drum. That sounds a bit weird. Let's change it to bit. Let's see what we get there. That's a bit more like an error, isn't it? Okay. So I better put one down. There we go. Now I've got one. I can teleport to it. Nice. And Minion can teleport to his. Perfect. So it works. My attempt at making the translocator into multiplayer, it does work. I think it can be done better. If you've got a data pack, it can definitely be done better. But we're not playing with data packs at the moment. We're just playing with command blocks. This little at R bit, a little bit janky, but it does the job. And we do have the problem, if we both try to teleport or put down a marker in exactly the same tick, I reckon that could cause a problem. But the chances, 20 ticks a second, the chances of us both putting one down at exactly the same time to 1/20th of a second is unlikely. But there is my attempt at making the translocator into multiplayer. I'm not going to say friendly, but, it kind of likes it. Okay, that's enough of your time taken up. And I will see you next time. So goodbye from me and Minion. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.